Episode 56 NT December 22, 2023. Senators demand investigation of OilHeatGroups disinformation about heat pumps. United States. United States Senators Markey of Massachusetts, Warren of Massachusetts, Whitehouse of Rhode Island, Blumenthal of Connecticut, and Welch of Vermont demand the Department of Energy investigate and stop oil heat trade groups' illegal disinformation efforts against heat pumps. https://www.markey.gov/news/press releases/as winter begins in New England, Senator Markey leads call on Department of Energy to investigate oil heat trade group's unlawful campaign against heat pumps. December 21, 2023. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against with smoke emission particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. As winter begins in New England, Senator Markey leads call on Department of Energy to investigate oil heat trade group's unlawful campaign against heat pumps. Washington, December 21, 2023. Senator Edward J. Markey, Democrat, Massachusetts, Chair of the Environment and Public Works (EPW) Subcommittee on Clean Air, Climate, and Nuclear Safety, led his colleagues in a letter to Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm demanding the agency use its oversight authority over the National Oil Heat Research Alliance (NORA) to investigate and stop its illegal disinformation efforts against heat pumps, a competing alternative to heating oil. Senators Elizabeth Warren, Democrat, Massachusetts, Sheldon Whitehouse, DRI, Richard Blumenthal, Democrat, Connecticut, and Peter Welch, Democrat, Vermont, are co-signers on the letter. Canada, British Columbia. Shutdown of most of former air monitoring stations not explained yet. British Columbia would smoke Dave Peterson, Stope Tesaro 26L19219T1F17U90MT4U7G498821848TIH081L5M1390. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against with smoke emission particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Here's the email I received from the Office of the Auditor General of BC regarding my inquiry about the shutdown of most of our former air monitoring stations. Thank you again for your email of July 12 regarding the air monitoring network. While we were not able to respond more fully at the time, we do appreciate you providing us with this information. As you may be aware, our role is to conduct independent audits and reports on how well the provincial government is managing its resources and responsibilities. In order to maintain the independence and confidentiality of our work, we are unable to report back on the status of any work. Information, as appropriate, on current work can be found at the Work in Progress page at www.oag.bc.ca. I hope you find this information useful. Thank you again for contacting us. Hopefully something useful will emerge from it. Rozep view. As noted a few days ago, Maine officially mentioned that wood stoves can be used as a backup to heat pumps. Use of highly polluting backups to a clean energy system makes no sense and is a step backward from the intent of switching from dirty energy wood burning to clean energy heat pumps. Wood burning emits more CO2 and PM 2.5 than fossil fuel coal burning. Wood burning emits 450 times the PM 2.5 as the fossil fuel natural gas burning. Maine turns its heat pump focus to whole house systems that can all but eliminate fossil fuel use. The state recently clarified requirements for a new heat pump rebate program, which encourages participants to use the technology for at least 80% of their home heating. Energy News Network. December 21, 2023. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against with smoke emission particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. https://ctnewsjunekey.com//Maine turns its heat pump focus to whole house systems that can all but eliminate fossil fuel use. New state incentives are pushing Mainers to adopt whole house heat pump systems, making efficient electricity the primary home heat source and discouraging the secondary use of oil or gas. Federal tax credits are still available for a wider range of heat pump installations, and the state offers rebates for low-income households to install a heat pump as a supplemental heat source. United Kingdom. Rozep view. Several points are made in these United Kingdom news stories about adding health warnings to its stoves. First, DEFRA said it was local authorities' legal duty to issue fines as they deem necessary to act to control pollution from domestic burning in smoke control areas. Second, a report by 100 members of Parliament asked for the health warnings to be added to its stoves. Wood burners are described as more affluent than the average United Kingdom resident, with 42% owning their own homes. In spite of this information about the general affluence of wood burners, one member of parliament argued that wood burners were less well off, and the member of parliament argued that pollution reduction was a secondary consideration to, in this instance, non-existent economic need to burn wood. To quote the article, Alexander Stafford, the Conservative MP for Rother Valley in South Yorkshire, told The Times, "We must ensure that our transition towards cleaner air is a just transition. Policies which ignore the needs of the least well-off are as useless as policies which will not provide adequate air pollution reduction." United Kingdom. Wood-burning stoves at risk of being banned as major health warning issued. GB News excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates. A 501c3 nonprofit organization. Wood-burning stoves are predominantly bought and held by more affluent households, with data suggesting about half of all wood stove owners are from. Calls for wood-burning stoves to come with health warnings. December 22, 2023. Burning stoves should be given health warnings, a report backed by 100 conservative MPs has said. New stoves should carry labels highlighting the negative medical consequences of the outdoor air pollution they produce, according to the report by Bright Blue, a centre-right think tank. The think tank also argued that councils should be able to ban the use of the stoves on days where air pollution is particularly high through an amendment to the Clean Air Act, according to The Times. It comes after ministers asked councils to issue £300 fines for people breaking rules on the devices earlier this year. Around 1.7 million households in the UK have wood-burning stoves, an increase from 500,000 in 2013. Owners are more likely to be well off, the authors of Delivering Cleaner Air in a Socially Just Way said, adding that 42% owned their own home. Because many of those who burn at home tend to be better off, it should be possible to reduce this source of pollution without harming those in a more precarious financial situation, they wrote. The report was supported by the Conservative Environment Network, a group of more than 100 Tory MPs. A DEFRA spokesman said, "There have been significant improvements in air quality at a national level since 2010. Our Environment Act made it easier for local authorities to act on pollution from domestic burning in smoke control areas, and it is their legal duty to do that by issuing fines as they deem necessary." United Kingdom. Wood-burning stoves at risk of being banned as major health warning issued. MSN to ban the use of log burners on polluted days. Calls for wood-burning stoves to come with health warnings. The Telegraph New stoves should highlight the negative medical consequences of the outdoor air pollution they produce, says report. Calls for wood-burning stoves to come with health warnings. Telegraph reporters December 22, 2023. Around 1.7 million households in the UK have wood-burning stoves. Wood-burning stoves should be given health warnings, a report backed by 100 conservative MPs has said. United Kingdom. Wood-burning stoves should carry pollution warning. The Times more than a fifth of one of the most harmful pollutants, tiny particles called PM2.5, come from wood burning. The Times and the Sunday Times on X. Wood-burning stoves should come with health warning. Twitter.com full coverage. United Kingdom. Calls for wood-burning stoves to come with health warnings. Yahoo News UK. Bright Blue, a centre-right think tank, argued that councils should be able to ban the use of the stoves on days where air pollution is particularly high through an amendment to the Clean Air Act. According to The Times, it comes after ministers asked councils to issue £300 fines for people breaking rules on the devices earlier this year. Around 1.7 million households in the UK have wood-burning stoves, an increase from 500,000 in 2013. Australia. Trying to shake the wood-burning habit in New Zealand. Air quality news wood to fuel their homes. Readers of air quality news are well aware of the negatives of burning wood, as particulate matter expelled from wood. When journalist Georgie Hughes left Air Quality News to spend a year in New Zealand, she was amazed by the country's enthusiasm for wood burning. Australia. New study shows that wood heaters are responsible for dozens of avoidable deaths in the Medical Express. New study shows that wood heaters are responsible for dozens of avoidable deaths in the ACT each year. By Australian National University, wood burner. Headlines. Arizona, Phoenix. Meteorologist explains why no-burn days are important to air quality. KJ's easy wood-burning fires to add to it. So, will this year be any different? Matt Pace, meteorologist with the Arizona Department of Environmental Quality. China. China air pollution worsens in 2023, first time in decade. Phys.org. Beijing's concentrations of hazardous PM2.5 particles were more than 20 times higher than World Health Organization guidelines during that period. China. China's air quality worsened this year for the first time in a decade. Washington Post for the first time since China began its war on pollution a decade ago. The concentration of dangerous PM2.5 particles in the air has. India, Bangalore. Winter chill and bad air days. Bangalore mirror particulate matter. PM2.5 was the lead pollutant across the majority of these stations, with concentration reaching as high as 244. On Thursday, Delhi turns into gas chamber. AQI in severe category. World, the PM2.5 and PM10 at Jahangirpuri were recorded at 500, placing both under the severe category. Here, carbon monoxide was at 121 and moderate. India, Delhi. Delhi air pollution. National capital turns into gas chamber. Air quality index in severe category latest LY. At the Bawana station, PM2.5 reached 453 and PM10 to 448, both in the severe category, while the CO reached 94 and NO2 to 60 in satisfactory. India, Delhi. Delhi air pollution. Air quality dips to severe levels at several sites in national capital latest LY. On Thursday, the air quality at Anand Vihar entered the severe category with PM2.5 at 438 and PM10 at 359, while the NO2 reached 86 or. India gears to use EDNA to identify, track wildlife. Mumbai, India. These stations have two filters, PM10 and PM2.5, which collect air particles to quantify levels of pollution in the air. These filters are Thailand, Chiang Rai. Thai PM returns from vacation to attend Muay Thai event amidst environmental concerns. BNN breaking. The agenda was to devise strategies for tackling the PM2.5 dust problem plaguing Chiang Rai province. A meeting, spearheaded by Deputy Prime Minister